Well, hey there, everybody. It's another beginner guitar video. We're going to talk today about like muting strings and getting rid of extra noise with this hand and how you kind of make that happen. So for example, I noticed a long time ago when I was kind of newer to the guitar, right when I would do pull-offs, I would often get both strings at once. Now that was super sloppy, but you're new. It's very possible that this hand is creating those same circumstances. So as I played guitar longer, I found ways to kind of place this hand to get rid of some of that. Now, the noise beneath that string is pretty simple. Edge of your palm, wherever on these strings, to where they're not going to make any noise other than maybe a little bit of your palm moving around. So that takes care of anything under what you're kind of hammer on pulling off. But the strings above, you may be wondering, well, what do I do there? Well, I have a little thing I do where, okay, let's say the B string is the one I'm going to be hammering on pulling off. I will take these fingers and rest them on the string above, the high E string. And then, no matter what I do, you know, these fingers are on it, holding onto it. It's not gonna really make any noise. Now, when you're picking it, you can hear the little clicky, whatever sound you go. No matter how hard I hammer there, it's not gonna ring out. Now the string just below, now I said I mute most of it with the palm, but I like to get a little more detailed when I do that kind of hammer on pull off stuff. So the string just below, I rest my pick against it if this hand is doing all the work. Now if I'm picking stuff on that string, then I rely solely on my palm. But if I were to say just no pick at all, then I've got the pick on the string beneath it, my palm on the rest of them, and a finger cupping the one above it. So that gives you the mute for when you're just gonna so then when you move strings, you pick this hand up a little and shift gears back to your new set of strings, so to where whatever string you're playing is free to do what it needs to. Your fingers cupping the one above and possibly leaned in, getting the one above it too. And as I move back, say I'm gonna wheedly around on lower strings, I'll just fill in my upper strings more and more with more fingers. And less palm, more finger, less palm. The higher up you go, more palm, less finger, kind of thing. Now, if it's something you're going to be picking, then you got to dial your palm in a little tighter and grab with your fingers, just like I did with the other stuff. It's just when you're using your pick, say you're picking on every beat and playing 16th notes, that palm has to just stop before whatever string you're playing on. So playing on the D string, the palm is now covering the E and the A, fingers are covering the G, B, and E, and the D is free. Okay, those two are palm muted. I don't like get way up here to where they're dead. I just stay in the palm mute area and just keep them muted. And then the D is free to then move down to the A. And when I do that, I hop my fingers back. And then the rest of the strings that my fingers aren't covering are muted with this guy. And then you can do kind of clear. And so that can feel a little strange because, you know, your pick and your fingers are tight. Your hand's not just worrying about a pick. Now these fingers have to be stationary, and you're dialing in your pick a little more. So you're gonna do a little more, I don't have the muscle control to show you in the camera, but you're basically picking more with the meat of this. Now, I do a lot of picking from this joint. Some people say you shouldn't. I say do what works right for you. Should you probably work through here more? Yeah, because that's a stronger muscle. You know, it's stronger, but as you can clearly see, I'm trying to show you that I don't have a ton of control over that. You might, I don't, so I use my knuckle more. But yeah, so if you're trying to dial in, your fingers are going to be there. See how kind of that could be, you know, potentially very awkward at first because you're palm muting that string and these fingers are, you know, keeping those guys tucked so that that's the only one that rings out. That allows you to do more technical, kind of cool wizardry. Without all the crazy extra noise. So those are just some tips for muting with this hand. Use them fingers. And the reason I use my fingers the way I do probably is because I do play classical guitar and finger pick quite a bit as well. And I've found as I go on and play guitar longer in my life, I'm like, you know what? It doesn't hurt my picking ability too much to just keep those guys rested there. And then this hand can do its work and all that other stuff's dead. Now I'm going to worry about it, which is pretty nice, you know. And you can use your opens. Now that whole thing there, get my hand up there a little better. This hand, that whole time I've got on the DG and B, DG, B, and E string, my fingers are kind of tucked in there so they can't ring out. So I can use the open on that A. And I'm picking all of that, which could be a super handy technique to kind of just get this hand better at working in different environments. I see so many guitarists get stuck on talking about like, well, you know, it works best if you always make a fist and you just, well, what if you can't always make a fist for whatever reason with muting or whatever? It's best to learn how to pick with either an open hand or a closed hand or whatever you might have available at the time. So, you know, grab all these strings and just start picking on the one below it with them fingers tucked in there and see what you can do. And see how comfortable you can make it. It's not going to be comfortable right away, I guarantee that. But over time, it'll be a useful technique to have and it'll be worth your time. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today, is just a little more like advanced muting techniques and stuff to allow you to do cool stuff with your open strings, because I find I can like really play some super fast, cool, noodly stuff that way, and it makes me happy, might make you happy. So I hope you have a wonderful day. You're gonna do awesome. Thanks for watching.